Hello, good evening, good afternoon, and bad evening to the truck that's outside my window making a really weird sound. Welcome to a Toonkind at 12 FPS. I am going to be one of your players today, Liz, and today I am joined with a very special friend.
Hello, it is I, the Staria, your local whatever the fuck. And I will, yes, I will be introducing myself at that for a good time because I find it funny. And I will be playing Sigil Shard, local uncanny tune with more holes in our memory than Swiss cheese.
I will also be playing Tammy Shop. She is a funky tune with a decent hole in her memory, but it's not quite Swiss cheese. But she does have a spot of bad luck and getting into stuff, despite being an art student.
Yep,
uh,
we love her, but also, oh boy, the people she happens to find all the time,
all the time, all the time. Oh,
all the
she's used
time, all
to
the time.
it, I guess. Or she doesn't seem to be that, you know, bothered, which is questionable. Um, yeah, this is the FPS called Taking the Train a second time. And from that title, we can have two things. First off, this is a game that follows the events of Redeck the Halls, a game run by Do Beloved. It was a very fun game, which these two
Yeah,
first, well, quote unquote, first met each other.
yep.
uh, and during those events, they started to realize, this person seems familiar, maybe, or is this just my headache playing up? Uh, and it came to a point where Tammy was looking through her sketchbook and she saw a sketch of Sigil in her sketchbook. Why is that there? She's only met this person.
And
Um,
then Sigil reached into her hammer space and took out a statue that Tammy made.
And why on earth is that there? Well, we don't have time to focus on that, they say to themselves as they are in the middle of initiative.
Yep, yep. They are in the middle of fighting something.
So, this FPS takes place after that, and it also has to do with the never ending train. If you're not aware of the never ending train, I don't know how to
Boy,
do it
honey, you
justice.
got a storm coming.
But you got a storm coming. I will say it is a campaign ran by Kai, inspired by the Infinity Train. If you know about the Infinity Train, you can draw some connections. But some things have changed, including the facts that these characters do not recall what happened in that campaign.
Yep, they only have vague feelings and many headaches.
It's a fun time. Uh, so with that preamble out of the way, uh, we kind of start off, and tell me when you want to jump in and like do role playing stuff with this points that you would like to role play. But
Gee.
I would imagine that after everything, um, Tammy was only does not live in Toontown. Um, she came down here for the job, and she was around for a bit, and now she has to go back. And she came down to Toontown via train. And now there is a teleportation circle station in Toontown, and she could take that. But she already paid for her fucking train tickets, and she's not refunding them to take the teleportation circle back. And trains are fun. Um, so
Trains are fun.
trains are fun. So I assume she communicates that to Sigil and via extension tone, because do not separate then. Mostly
Yeah,
it's not.
also, Sigil is essentially living in Tone's house
Mm-hmm.
because Tone has realized he doesn't have a home and essentially was like, "You do realize there's a spare bed, right?" So now she lives with him at East.
Yeah. Yis is in Pixar, and Tammy currently lives also in Pixar. So that gives them an opportunity to take the same train together. We don't need to probably fuss about like what happens at the train station. It's just a fucking train station. It's probably like Grand Central Station vibes. It's big.
Yeah, it.
It's chaotic.
Yep. I almost want to say roll survival to see how badly they get lost
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's fun. That's fun.
in Morsky's name.
Where's
No, I
everything?
will not let her live it down.
Yeah. Survival, survival,
All right,
survival.
survival. So that's God. I can never get okay. Now I was about to say I can never get over my characters having some of my characters. Oh my God, having good survival, and then I rolled a 6, and
Uh-huh.
Tammy rolled a 3.
Yeah, these this is not good. I guess if I may like ask, is it like they walk in, they try and like look up at the like the sort of timetables of when the trains are leaving and coming in, and it's just them looking up, and the crowd's getting bigger and bigger, and then them slowly getting lifted up. And,
Oh my
and pushed away
God.
like floating driftwood in this ocean.
I think what happens is Tammy is so short that she gets fucking swept away, and Sigil is trying to run after her, so they're both lost.
Oh god, that almost causes a commotion with the train, but not enough. Somehow Tammy gets washed up onto shore to where the correct train is with Sigil and Tone in tow. Um, and she hands off the ticket to the person at the station floor. There they are,
Yeah.
correctly pressed, and they take their seats. For the sake of
Yeah.
this, I did ask Musky because again, do not separate them, Sigil and Tome. Um, Tome is taking a nap, and I think it's because he had to chase these two as they got swept away.
Yeah. I think he's the one who swept them up both to shore, and it's probably holding them up above the crowd.
hmm Um. So yeah, we kind of zoom in then with Tammy taking off her backpack and putting it on like underneath a table seat, and taking a seat herself and just uh situating herself on like in front of the window, one, and just drumming her fingers on the table.
I'm trying to think what Sigil would do. I think she's just like, just sort of, she's just sitting here, just like looking out the window, but also, I think it's pretty obvious, but she's like also like glancing at Tammy because,
Mm-hmm. She kind of takes a moment and just like, okay, and she first off, let's roll. Gotta do this properly. Also, I have absolutely forgotten Tammy's voice. She's never really had one, but and try not to make it sound like other characters. That's a 2. She does,
almost a fumble.
yeah, almost a funnel. She takes a bit, but she like reaches into her scarf and like pulls out the sketchbook that she like has like always, and like kind of opens it up. Not directly to a page, but she just has it open. It's like so. Uh, we have about like 20 minutes. No, 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 no. 40 minutes until we reach the station of peace.
Yes. And she's like, looks at the sketch. She doesn't know that the drawing of her is in the sketchbook, so she just sort of like looks at the sketchbook and slightly like tilts her head.
Oh, yeah. Um, mm, 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 okay. Um, you. She like puts her like fingers underneath her, like her hands underneath the, like she puts her hands like on her eyes, but it's like behind the sunglasses, and she's like, I don't know where to begin with this, but you have something weird, so I might as well just lay it out. and she starts flicking to like through her sketchbook, and she like says like, I just thought these pages got messed up when I apparently went missing for a week at some point. I yeah. I just these pages were just messed, and apparently you're a sketch in there, and I don't want to speak to the police again. That was horrible. That was really bad. But she's like two hands gesturing at Sigil.
I think Sigil's just like, she's thinking, and then I realize that I need to take out my freaking fumble chart. Because Sigil has so much fucking stuff in there that she does not remember having. D10 for not a fumble. And she pulls out, I'm gonna say there's probably like there's like a table between the two of them. So she's like, she reaches into her hammer space and starts pulling out stuff. First of all is that, three little statues that but were pulled out during redeck the halls. And then she also pulls out a where is it? Where's the fucking... Oh, then there's like another statue of a helicopter, but it seems to be made from the same material. She pulls out a sorry, I'm trying to... Yeah, okay, there we go. She pulls out a paper of what seems to be a little childish doodle of Sigil, Tammy, and someone else. And she's just like, I don't remember having any of this or getting it. So, and every time I think about it, I get a headache.
Like Tammy's like mouth straightens out in like, I
there is like a tilt of the head.
Do you like she'll say a specific date, but she'll essentially say like, do you know where you were during this time?
No, I remember coming back. I was sick, perhaps. I remember stepping out of a golden door on a train in a train station. That is when I met Toon for the first time. A year ago.
A year ago. A year ago. But that... I'm just trying to piece stuff together. But her eyebrows are like furrowed, like. Okay.
Also, Tammy will notice that in the her appearance in the sketches and like statues and all that looks slightly looks somewhat different than she is right now. Like her eyes, the fact that she has a mouth, her like like almost all of her body except for the except for like megaphone and flame hand, and the and the little um ribbon tied around her around her like bigger horn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just gonna chalk this up. And she like gestures to like the drawing, and then you like. I'm just gonna chalk that up to redesign. Um, I mean, So you don't remember where you got these?
No, I do not. Then again, I don't remember many things.
Mm. You should go to bed
Although
with it.
I already have.
Mm.
And by that, I'm gonna assume that Tone has dragged her to a doctor at some point after Cabin of a Million Poppies, because they have like they have dragged her to like a person that like, well, she was in a tea shop. She had a tea shop. She was a doctor, but like they dragged her there, and I think Tone will drag her to a would have dragged her to a like actual doctor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, I don't know if and she will like flick through her sketchbook again because she's not she she doesn't like going through these pages like, and you can inspect it too if you want. But I'm going to
Well,
make Tammy do a wisdom save, or no, a wisdom check, uh as she tries to discern what's going on. And
what should I
unfortunately,
roll?
um I think wisdom as well, because it's like you trying to pass through an effect. It's not you logically trying to figure it out, so it wouldn't be investigation. It's like um
Damn.
a
Okay.
more will know how, but
So
um
I tried. Oh my god! I tried rolling with my physical dice, and
and it also makes sense because like when you're bringing out the items that you have gotten, you it seems like Sigil isn't having much difficulty, at least perceiving as it is. Um,
yeah, because she's already good. She already has so many lost, so many There's already are so many memories, but she doesn't have. So
mhm.
what's a few more?
She's used to weaving through the holes in her memory. Uh, versus this
Yeah.
very sure of themselves Toon, who is now just like frustrating, like where did it go? And you see as you're trying to like you look over at the sketchbook, she is flicking through pages, and with the speed, it's not clear because it's fast, but it seems to just be like pencil sketches of stuff. And in this specific area that she's going back and fro from, there is a decent amount of like notation and like writing in it as well, but it's just bits and bobs. It's like just loose, it seems like loose ideas of sketches of any variety, be it like a person or an object or like a creature or like just general symbols, just littered amongst like notations and like half thought out writings and just like scribbles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
um but she goes, this is all smudged and torn and shit. I don't know what happened here, but I swear I saw the page here.
Hmm. May I look?
If you can discern damaged pages, and sure, please don't. If you have mending, don't do it. I tried to do it here, and she like flicks to a page, and the page is just stock white. Like it's like as if new.
Oh,
Yeah, don't.
and yeah. Well, fortunately, she does not have mending, so
But she'll push the sketchbook closer, like, and also be careful, but, whatever.
and Sigil nods. You will notice, but like the fire hand is probably touching stuff, like the fucking chair that she's sitting on. It's not catching on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like it both operates on rule of slash cool,
Mm-hmm.
and also like it's an actual hand.
It's still a functional digit. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Tammy would have noticed that, like, during the like, we deck the halls, because Sigil
Hmm.
was probably like dragging stuff about and holding stuff, and just noticing
Yeah.
that there's no char marks on this.
Yep. It's just a hand
Mm-hmm.
that looks like a flame. It is warmer, but not like enough to burn shit.
Yeah, this
She
is
has
just a
firebolt for that.
yeah. She Tammy doesn't remember that. This is just a me asking a curious question, but like, because Sigil's design seems to be just like a hodgepodge of stuff, of like various styles and like aesthetics and like toonish, but like, is it all in the realm of like 2D? Is it more hodgepodge by the way of like the subject matter, or is it
uh,
hodgepodge by the way of like style? Like,
all
platonically in your mind, how does Sigil look? Is it like a bunch of 2D assets from different shows and like video games and stuff? And
yes.
does it go as far as like, is there actual 3D assets like used within her person?
Could be. I think you know what? I think the crystal leg is 3D.
That's what I had, that vibe too. It was like, it seems like the way it's rendered, it could be like, seems like a 3D object.
Yeah. And it seems that the only like quote unquote permanent things are the lines on her face, her head, like her horns, her hair, and the firearm, and
Okay.
like the megaphone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's just more characterized as like Tammy patiently waiting as Sigil looks through the sketchbook, um, and she's just like looking at the page, but like looking up at you, and then like giving you a curious look. I guess it's again hard to read. Sunglasses does wonders. Um,
I mean, I can roll insight
yes, you may if you want. Well, I will get back to that 21 to see what you like
because
get through.
Sigil's character sheet had a bit of a revamp because I was unhappy with, so
Mm-hmm. That's a fucking 24. Yeah, you get it because it's so easy to think, and like, I feel like your first gut could be like, oh, they're staring at me because I'm, not a typical looking toon.
yeah,
Um,
it's the uncanniness.
yeah, but it's, and like, this is up to how Sigil would feel about it, but it's more curious, not in the way of like the toon equivalent of medically curious, but it's just like, let's like keeping note of, and just like, just like being like, okay, this is like this and this is like that. There's no
Just like,
off.
oh, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but not even like what the fuck. It's just like genuine curiosity. Like, what is this? Like, what is that part? Like looking at the way that your like firearm probably loops as it like, or like animates, like how does it flow,
Yeah,
like
and
checking out
I'm
like how it just like, does it cast light against the body, or is the line art like slightly like thicker in these areas or not? She's just like being very specific, but not in a like, but how do you work? It's just taking you in as it is.
Yeah. And I will say, I didn't do that on like the art because I can't really portray that well, but it is very much like different kinds of line art, different styles of shading. There is like this sort of coat wrapped around her, like on her neck, like wrapped around her like neck and shoulders, that is that is very different. I think hmm, it might actually be real kind because
Ooh, that's fun.
I think she got that from the train. If
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she got that from the train, and I think that means it might be real kind because train isn't only tunes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a good chance it is real
Um,
kind.
yeah. So it's a real kind like red jacket that was tied on her shoulders. Just So like there is you can spot a few stitches of like a few places where it seems like line art was used as stitches to piece things together.
Okay. No.
And you get the feeling that it probably could come apart.
That's interesting. Um, but yeah, the like passively, I'll get her sheet up, but I think she has deception via being a one.
A Warren,
Yeah.
probably.
So her passive deception is 16. You do have good wisdom, but like at the same time, it's not like she's trying to hide uh uh like the an idea of being like put back or scared or like off put, but
Yeah,
you
I
do
don't think
like while
I don't
you're looking at the sketchbook and then like glancing like catching a look at her, you see like the slightest like head movements like as she's looking up and down. Like it's subtle, but it's not good enough for you not to notice.
yeah, I don't think she minds it,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. Because this is probably not the first person who looked at whatever the hell she is with concern,
Mm-hmm.
either
um
for her or from her. I don't know.
yeah.
Uh,
But to like eventually wrap it back around to that 21 like wisdom check. You flick through the pages where Tabby was going back and forward, and you kind of understand what she means by it's smudged, but it's more like it's blurred to you, and then you give it a better look and it's like it's almost like you get a narrow, like if you look at a certain focus on a specific thing, you can see it in its like sketched like entirety, but everything around that you're not currently focused on is blurred. And then if you like look at it from afar, like okay, you can kind of guess why somebody might think it's smudged, but
yeah,
it's more,
like water damaged.
you know, but it's more magically, uh, it's more illusion or magically altered or something like that. Probably it's like it's more a trick of the eye or focus situation going on
Hmm.
here. And
Here,
yeah, you are
here is
able to go
something
through
I'm
the sketch.
thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I do have the spell magic.
Okay,
I
let's.
don't know if that will work, but like,
I
cause
don't know, cause
train shit.
I mean, are you gonna burn it? Because I think the answer is it's probably a too high enough spell because the spell magic, I believe, or like
It's third level.
it's third level. It's not that
Yeah,
high. Um,
yeah, and like you gotta roll for it if it's like anything, but if like
it's. Mm-hmm.
Sigil is like thinking absently, like it might be magic, but she's not sure, and she doesn't want to like accidentally ruin something, so she won't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my excuse for not casting the spell magic when we don't know if it's even possible.
Yeah, it could be a fun thing of like you try and cast spell magic and the sketchbook just fucking disappears.
Oh God, no. It goes to EBDB.
It gets EBDB back onto the train.
It's just like a poof, and just like, oh, notebook on the train. What will it do?
um, but yeah, you like looking through, you just see sketches of what would it be like of various like especially near the end, various tunes, various peoples of like different walks, different like if you can place like countries they could come from, it's probably here. If you can place places that you wouldn't even know where this existed, it's probably there. It's just beings mostly.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's so many people. Some of which, Sigil thinks she recognizes, like this, like this little toon with a fluffy white head. But the more she looks at, the more she gets a headache,
mm-hmm,
and maybe some other tunes that she saw in passing.
mm-hmm.
Uh,
And yeah, I think this kind of like color in like as you're not sure if they are if you recognize them, like the sketches seem to get like looser or lighter, like
mhm.
because some of the sketches in to elaborate were very quick because people were moving. You can
Yeah.
probably it'll be fun in the show version of this if it cuts back to scenes on the train where Tammy was just walking and saw somebody and just like quickly like 30-second like outline of what they looked like before they kind of disappeared into the crowd
I
situation.
have I have a kind of cool image thought of like of something that could have been sketched out.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe one of the sketches has this really creepy machine, like it has a mask and a lot of like spaghetti
Ooh,
limbs,
yeah, that's
and uh
definitely that.
and there's a lot of figures at the bottom, presumably. Like, Sigil gets the idea that they're fighting. She doesn't know why
Mm-hmm.
she thinks about it, but then like she focuses on like a certain spot, and she maybe sees herself and someone else slightly shorter than her, um with yellow hair,
Mm-hmm.
kind of familiar. She's not sure why. And there is like fire and lightning surrounding them.
The more you look at that page, the more it sort of gets more abstract, almost like if it's truncating on you as you look at the page. The face,
64-bit,
yeah.
32-bit.
I know, yeah. Less resolution truncating, but more like the shapes become less
16-bit.
detailed. But you're still able to pick out like a sort of curved horn like silhouette, like you're focusing on yourself, but the face becomes less sketch, more outline, more circular, more abstract. And it becomes like even visually sharp and painful to look at.
Yeah, which at that point, I think Sigil will like tear her eyes from the paper
Mm-hmm.
and just like do like a little shake of the head, and it was just like, ugh, my head hurts.
Yeah, yeah. It's probably God. It's probably rubs her face. And at this point, you hear a clatter, 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 clatter. Um, as a trolley seems to be coming up between the two of you. There's just been throughout this entirety. It's just been train ambience as a slow rattle. We seem to be in a carriage that doesn't have many people. Probably a
Mm-hmm.
quieter carriage because Tone is sleeping, so probably sleeping like to like one of those areas where they got the beds or whatever, or maybe
Yeah.
Tone's just sleeping in a chair, like
Yeah,
old man
Toad's
dad
probably
style.
like I think Toad is like sprawled and like, so you know how like those like chairs in the train, they're like like long chairs. So
Mm-hmm.
I think he's like sprawled in one of those.
Just asleep,
Knock the fuck out.
anime like a sleep bubble there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh, I don't know if Alvito would be there, but if he was, I have a feeling he would start putting glitter on him. Hot
um,
pink glitter.
but you hear a clatter and you first of all see like a metal trolley. It's like most of the things here. The train is kind of a hodgepodge, but most of the things on the train is 3D, like 3D Toon items, and so it's a very shiny 3D tray full of like snacks and candies and like sandwiches, and there seems to be like a container that would probably house something hot. And then you see at least a figure. You see this. Um, it's
Gee! Hey! Filming!
you see a being that has first off a little plaque that says dish on a shirt. The sort of shirt is kind of round and tucks into itself, where the bottom is then like a dress or skirt situation, and it's metallic, and underneath she has three wheels, and she has two arms that seem to be robotic in a sense, and she has a face, and it's flesh, but the eyes seem to be like lens like. And she has what you would assume is like natural hair, and it's kind of weird because you can't place if she's real kind or Toonkind. But she has a lovely voice. She says, do you need anything, this?"
Um, and Sigil will look at Tammy.
No, I'm good. And Tally kind of just like turns around and just reaches into her bag. She's getting her own water bottle. What about you, dear? Do you need anything?
Well, I think Sigil will like probably she will probably order something sweet for both herself and for Tone when he wakes up.
Okay. Like, she will ask if you want it in like a. Do you for the fella over there? Do you want it in? I can put a lid over it so it doesn't spill. Okay, and she'll whatever kind of juice, probably some what's mango juice. Mango juice, good.
I think I think Sigil orders like apple juice for herself.
Yes.
Apple juice.
She will get you some apple juice.
I think I think actually she'll order tea for Tone because I'm pretty sure Tone likes tea.
And so she'll like put it in those sort of like takeaway cups that have the lids on it and hand it to you. It basically you don't need to take it off of your thingy. It's basically like silvers, which is technically expensive, not for tunes, but don't worry
Yep.
about taking it off
Don't worry about yep.
your thingy.
Don't worry about that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sigil will not forget to say thank you. Because dish is very nice.
No problem, dear. If you need me, I'll be in carriage C, which is just further up. And she continues just traveling down the train.
Yeah.
Tammy has like brought out her water bottle and is just taking a drink from it again because headache, pain, sucks.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think Dish might have just straight up given Sigil like a juice box.
That's good, yeah.
And Sigil is just like with the like sipping with like the straw and all, just like little sippies. She has a mouth now.
Yeah, she can drink now.
Yeah, she can do little sippies.
Oh boy, yeah. So yeah, Tammy kind of resets herself. I kind of forgot like what was the sort of conclusion, because you said Cyril basically said like they have she has a headache now, right?
Yeah.
Before Dish came along,
Mm-hmm.
conveniently.
Yeah, very conveniently.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, like you, Tammy will like take it. You were looking at that for a while. And just kind of take a curious look at the sketchbook herself.
Uh, I think Sigil will describe what she found, but like again in the I think this is happening. I saw myself. I don't know what this means. The more I look at it, the more it's trying to escape me.
Mm. Yeah, she gives her like her eyebrows knit in a concerned manner.
And I think she's like at some point she's just like looks at stares down at the sketchbook just and then she like for like a bit and then she pipes up, "Do you think it's cursed?"
I think it's cursed now, but I can't get rid of it. It's got good paper.
Hmm. Yeah, it would be a waste to throw away
Yeah.
that.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I can like uh scan in some of the pages. My dissertation ideas are like near the back. I don't want to tear it either.
That's
It's kind of weird.
that's kind of cursed.
What dissertations?
Like Tammy said, like I could scan the paper, and Sigil's just like, would that also transfer the curse?
Ah, I don't know, but if we make 2 scans and do some experiments on one of the pages, we can see. I'm sure there's some cleric kind of people around. I guess I could do that.
Indeed, yes, yes. Uh, hmm. And I think she's like, you know how it's like you put your head on the table looking at something?
Mm-hmm.
It's
To
like,
inspect it at its eye level, yeah.
yeah, I think she's just like looking at it like that, just like, well, what kind of curse just makes you not able to see specific drawings?
I know magic's weird. I couldn't tell you what's going on with it, but uh, I can't say that. I know it can happen. I just didn't think it could happen to me. That's all I'm saying. It's not really my genre, my purview. Um,
Hmm.
and she like kind of
I
gives it
don't
a
know.
shove with a pencil.
And Citrus is like, I don't know what my genre is. Uh,
But I mean, the way I see it is that there's guys inside the bubble and there's guys outside the bubble. And some guys like to explore in the bubble or don't even know what their kind of deal is, and just think whatever their experience is the way the world is, you know. Uh, and then there's people who are outside the bubble who understand that like stuff can happen to them more often than not. And sometimes they can dodge the bullet and do whatever the hell they want. And sometimes they can't, but they are aware that it can happen to them.
I see.
Yeah, that's at least what I think anyway.
And she like nods, like she understood that. Sigil is trying.
You feel so fine. It's God. God, it's a thing that I like to think about with dudes as well. Oh God, yeah, Tammy's also.
Sigil is trying.
mean, it sucks that you can't remember stuff, and I hope it comes back. But you're doing jobs around this place, the hall and stuff. So like, you seem to find your footing, minus the ghosts.
And like Sigil nods in agreement.
Why am I talking? Oh God, I want. And she like holds up the sketchbook. I want to figure this out. It's weird. It's weird.
I have more things in my hammer space that I do not remember getting. So, well, then again, it is most of the stuff there. Most of the stuff I don't remember having. But and I think she will start pulling out stuff.
Yeah.
And I will roll for hammer space. That's an 8. And she will pull out a cloud in a jar. That yeah, and I think this requires the both of them to make another wisdom check.
Yeah, baby. Go. Negative
Sigil,
1.
holy shit.
Yeah. No.
It's more than a 10. It's more than average.
I will say, Tammy kind of opens her eyes a little bit and like reaches into her own hammer space. Now I wish I did properly do her like inventory fumble table out, because I know she got not a bunch of stuff, but she got a few things. But she definitely got this. She kind of opens her eyes at the cloud and she can't draw something, but she does think that it would be appropriate to take out this. And she takes out a sword from her scarf.
Yeah!
But it's made out of clouds.
And it's also like ice, right?
Yeah, it's
snowy.
cold. And she kind of lays it carefully onto the table.
I think so. That was a really good roll. So I'm tempted to just give Sigil this. I think she like looks at it and she's like, "Did you make it?"
I've never worked with cloud before, but I also can't tell. I could. No, I think I don't usually do swords.
I think I think it like the when Sigil asked, "Did you make it?" It does sound maybe I did. For Tammy, because familiar but not, but God, this really is peak confusion hours.
Just question mark.
Just like the screen is full of question marks. These two are just sitting here.
Yeah. What did she get it in a? No, she didn't. Tammy pulls out. No, let me do this roll. Let me do this roll properly, because she took a moment and she can't write off of that last 5. Yeah, she pulls out what seems to be dirt. I don't see, this one's weird because she dips her finger into it and just like eats it. It's chocolate.
Huh. And I don't think Sigil's head hurts from this because she hasn't been there.
Yeah. Yeah. I God, God, I don't want to. I'm. She's like prayer hands to herself. Um, God, I, I don't, I don't, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And like she just takes out like from her scarf again. She takes out like a a card, like a card which just says "I lie," and the other side is just I think it just says probably like P or something. I need to get the specifics, but it's
Yeah.
it's, I don't.
God, the things they have. I think. I think Sigil. Like I don't. Yeah, I think Sigil like takes her hand like raises her hand to her horn and actually unties the ribbon that is tied onto it,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just like in her hand. She shows it to Tammy and just like, I don't remember getting this either. It gives me the same headache, but and she after letting Tammy like inspect it and like look at it, take a good look, she will tie it back on her horn.
Mm-hmm. I forgot. I don't. It's honestly, I think there's more in here, but I don't even know what I'm even reaching for half the time. Like it's.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's just like thinking now because what the fuck? What does half of this mean?
Mm-hmm. I honestly thought this would be more productive, but we can always be proven otherwise.
Well, we sure did get more questions that we didn't think we had. Did we even get any answers? Well, now we know each other.
The
Maybe
sketchbook is
for
cursed.
definitely, yeah. Do we
Um,
know where these statues came from? And she
it
like points at the statues that Tammy, you clearly recognize your work.
that's you know your own fucking art style.
Yeah.
Uh, and she probably like
You know the material as well.
uh-huh. She's just like hands and like hands on, like on the side of her head like that's my it looks like what I would make.
Oh.
You know what? And she will take out from her hammer space like a Polaroid camera. Now you might this wasn't established in the game. This wasn't said in the previous Redeck the Halls, but Tammy took pictures of her work if with permission, if she would have been allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And she was taking pictures of like stuff so she could put it in her portfolio and shit like that. And so she takes out the camera and like takes a picture of the statues.
Mm-hmm.
And tries to like let it come out, let it develop, shake it. And this could be fun actually. Go wisdom save.
Oh my
She shakes it, and then she like looks at it. Why is it? What the fuck? And like from the camera perspective, like from her like point of view, it's black. Like it didn't develop. There's
Oh
nothing in that
shit.
picture.
Sigil is just like peeking over. Can I
Yeah,
can I see it motion?
like yeah. She like turns it to you. Make a wisdom save.
Yeah, it was safe.
That's a nat one. It's black.
It's fucking black.
Like it has a
And
weird gleam to it, but it's black.
Sigil's just like, it's supposed to do that.
No. If this breaks for me, oh god. Okay,
And I think Sigil like is now considering poking Tone awake to try and see if he can see it. But Borski isn't here, so we'll save that to another day.
Oh, that's so good.
I think she's like, I think she does like poke at him, but he like,
It's like
I
kind
think
of
he
turns.
like, yeah, he turns around and she's just like, no use. It goes back to her seat.
Oh
God,
god,
those are two nat ones. It's so fucking funny.
that's incredible.
That's incredible. It's so fitting.
Oh, yeah. The train's like, you're getting too close, buddy.
Man, you're getting too close to this.
No, yeah. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna leave that till later, but that does look like something I would make. Oh god, this is actually really scary because I've been in this situation before, where kind of. I recall I have deja vu sometimes, and I remember drawing something for somebody I just met, like that day, and as soon as I drew the image, I was like, I swear to God, I've drawn this before, and it freaked me the fuck out. So Tammy's having
that's terrifying.
a really like similar experience with like that is her style, but she has no recollection of making it. Absolutely none.
Yeah. Goodness.
Oh baby. Oh god. Just, why do you have it? What the? Oh god.
I don't know. I had it in my hammer space?
Did we die?
I would hope not. Are we?
I think we're live now. What? So listen, people die and come back all the time. You hope, make sure you have a thread. Don't turn around. Don't turn to soul. You can do a bunch of things once you die. Oh god.
Did we die for a week and come back?
Sure as hell, I hope not. I think my dad.
The gang fixed her dead.
Yeah.
Today in Toonkind D&D, the gang fixed her dead.
I mean, I'm probably not.
I think I need a moment to solo. God. This is so fucking funny. I keep losing it over the fucking double nat one.
Like
God.
like Tammy's like the first time like you see her, like you don't see her eyes, but you see her move up her sunglasses and like rubbing it like fucking immensely. Like, oh god.
Yeah, I think Sigil puts her like, okay, so she has one hand has a nubbin and the other one has soda fingers, but she does the like gestures of like putting her hands on her temples and just like pressing. They're just like, what? I have a headache.
Story of our fucking memoirs, god.
This is different from the cave.
Oh. Do I even need to know?
I think I have two different kinds of memory loss.
That's bad.
Yeah. We don't talk about the cave. Don't worry about the cave.
Like she ain't gonna fucking ask, bro. But like, damn, sometimes tunes be in it. Tammy kind of like looks up at the like I like assume to be like a sort of rotating sort of sign that shows like what stop is up next, and it does seem to be Yeast.
Yep. Up next, the others, the next stop, East.
Mm-hmm. Oh god. Okay.
Damn, Sigil, how come your mom can let you have two kinds of memory loss?
Thank you, dude.
Thank you, dude.
Oh boy. I think we need to at least keep in contact, because this, as fun as this was, it wasn't quite cutting it with the whole situation.
Definitely. Tone might know a cleric or two, considering he knows a lot of people in the East.
Mm.
So he might know someone who can, I don't know, try and see if it's cursed or not.
Mm-hmm. Like Tammy is nodding, but there's like a thought bubble with like it's the same shot of like fucking Tomes like sleeping on the long sort of chair, but then there's like a drawing of a crown drawn on top of it. And it's kind of like flashing.
I think Sid, like, on the bubble, Sigil, like, draws a mustache on Stone.
Like Tommy looks up and like nods, like yeah, and then the bubble busts and disappears.
Just like they keep like they add like a few little things before the bubble bursts.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tammy adds a monocle.
There's a whole scribble going on.
Yeah, it's just like, how many things can we add before the bubble goes away?
No, yeah.
But yeah,
scenes.
I think as after a little bit, Sigil is just like, oh, now that I know you, I can I have something. I can contact you.
Mm.
Sending is a funky spell.
Do you know what sending is? There's a chance she could. She knows about
God, does she not?
But she,
Please,
she is.
You want to roll Arcana?
Yeah, she's got +4, which is not bad for
Nice.
you know, not a beta caster, but that is a 6 though.
God.
That's what I say for opening my mouth.
Yep.
Yeah, she's like, what, like male?
No, it's spell that lets me just talk to someone. I send a message to someone I know from forever. I never really used that spell because, well, maybe once or twice to try and find where the hell Vita went, but I didn't really have anyone that's like I knew but was far away. But now I do. And I can talk to you. It is only 25 words, but it's something.
Okay, we can make it work. I can do the airplane thingy as well. So like, we know how to contact each other.
Yeah.
And relatively close. Like might stop us after this one.
And I think that at some point, unless you have anything else you wanna you got anything you wanted to do?
Not
One
really. You can start wrapping
one
up.
yeah, more funky things. I think yeah, okay, I have an idea. The train is like now at Yeast. It's starting to slow down, and yep, it's Yeast, and Cidra's just like, oh, this is our spot, and she goes over to town, and she tries to pull him,
Oh god. Oh god.
and that's a 4, and
Oh god.
and she cannot, and she tries to, but she can't nudge him.
Okay.
He's like
He's
pulling on his
tall.
arm. He's tall and she's very weak.
Okay, okay, okay. And Tammy will like hop up and like help. She doesn't have strength. But she has mage hands. Yeah, that's just a flat 20, huh? So just like imagine Nubbin, fire
Do I
hand,
roll with
2
advantage?
gremlin hands, magic hands. Yeah, well, 11. 7. He's like
Slightly better.
he's like
I'm gonna
half
keep rolling
dragged
until
out.
I'm gonna keep rolling until she gets something decent.
No, I need the image of like, yeah, you're just trying, and like the doors is closing, and Tyler's like, oh no, and she's like holding the door, like hand feet like up against the 2 doors sideways, trying to keep it open. And she's like, we need a little help here.
Yeah.
So we just
like
we just cut to a bunch of like Real Kind and Toons just like dragging this guy who's asleep just out of the train and onto the station. And you know those like fucking trolleys that you put luggage on?
Oh my god, yes.
He's like half collapsed on the trolley.
So I think now it then cuts to like Tammy waving to Sigil, who is also waving, but is also one hand on like the handle of the trolley, and Tone still knocked the fuck out on it, and like occasionally his like head like starts to slip and she like readjusts it.
Yeah. Oh god. No. Yeah. Yeah, Tammy just like slips back into the train, and we takes her seat. And she like kind of just sits in the quiet and looks at the sort of outside window. And she looks down at her cursed sketchbook.
Newly dubbed curse.
Yeah, but she still opens it and begins doodling. Doodles a sigil, the one that she can actually see.
The one, but doesn't give her a headache. Mm-hmm. And I think this one doesn't actually give her a headache, probably because it's her new design.
Yeah. I think that's that.
I think we can close off here. Thank you, Liz, for doing this shenaniganry with me.
It was very good. It was a long time in the coming, and I was fucking entertaining as all hell.
Train friends. But yeah, thank you, listeners. Thank you, Do. Thank you, future listeners. I think we can say goodbye. See ya.
Bye.